I'm excited for this one, baby.
What?
It's a movie, man. Come on, bro. I didn't even get into it yet. We got the fucking emo Prince in the building. A nigga whose music is honestly the most experimental, different, psychedelic, euphoric, whatever fucking word you want to use for it, man. Just fucking plain amazing, bro. We got a legendary one. Mez is in the building. Everybody clap, clap. Yay!
Thank you. I'm only here on Tuesdays.
So are we. How are you doing today, man? How's everything going, Brody?
Yo, honestly, it's the best day ever. Like,
whoa.
It's like, that's like every day for me. And it's like not one of those things where it's like, it feels like the best day ever. Cause like, obviously I get sad and happy, confused, and like wake up upset or some shit. But like overall, like outside of that, it's like always like the best. It doesn't get better than today, honestly.
Really? What did you do? Like, what you got into?
Woke up. That's when the day was. That's when I found out that it was the best day.
Crazy ass
no, this
day.
is just the best day ever. Like, I woke up.
Wow.
That's it.
That's being thankful right there. That's grateful.
Outside of that is, yeah. Today, I was really just with the homies. Today, I was with my homie Midnight, Rose, Madman, Valencia. We all just chopping it up today. We went to a couple spots. We're putting together a lot of different things, like events that are going to happen in Atlanta. Like,
you know,
real soon.
Tune into New Atlanta Underground for all the upcoming events. Know what I mean?
Facts.
Tap in.
Facts.
If you ain't tapped into New Atlanta Underground, what are you doing right now?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You don't have to be in Atlanta to tap in.
Right, exactly. Just to follow, man.
For real.
But I did not wake up on the same side of the bed, man, when I heard my son, Slime King Young Thug, got locked up,
I did
bro.
hear about that. Oh, my God.
Bro, you didn't know about this? Am I breaking the news for you right now?
I did hear about it. I did hear about it.
Bro, what the
I heard about
fuck?
this, like this evening, actually.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's insane. Talking about, like, potentially facing 20?
On
like,
some
whoa.
Rico shit?
Whoa.
Bro, I was so
Whoa, what did Drake say? YSL put a nigga 6 feet.
Damn, I guess too accurate.
Damn, Drake, why you cinch on him like that?
Too accurate. Calm down, Drake.
Oh, damn.
They saying Gunna's probably gonna rat and shit. Do you think, all right, what route do you think Thug is gonna go? You think he's gonna, obviously he's a rapper with a lot of potential, or not even a lot of potential. He's a fucking GOAT at this point.
Yeah.
He has a lot to lose. What do you think he's gonna do?
It gets real tricky. Like, all right, so it gets like really fucking tricky when you're when you're under investigations and stuff like that, because you can't speak to everyone else that are also associated with you. Like, you're not allowed to speak to anyone else. So that means you don't know if someone's gonna rat you out. If you say nothing and they rat you out, you're gonna do more years than you should. If you do say something, it's like Among Us, but in real life.
Among Us, what's that? Is that a movie? What is that?
Shout out to the new generations. This Among Us is a video game.
Oh.
It's basically
a video game. I thought it was a movie. I'm not a video game guy, bro. I play 2K. I play 2K and fucking like.
No,
same. I mean?
No, I feel you. So
I very rarely play video games.
Rich, have you played Mafia?
Yeah.
You know the game Mafia?
Mafia
You're
2?
a boomer. No, not the console game Mafia. Like with your friends in person Mafia, like around a campfire, and you have to figure out who like the murderer is and like who's pretending to be a normal
type
person.
shit.
I've probably been around a campfire like twice in my life.
This guy's old and from the city.
Mafia is like the original Among Us. Yeah, it's basically like 10 people. One of them's the imposter. Kill someone. Finds the person.
It was on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that shit. I was pretty ass at that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I played it like twice.
That game just teaches you how to lie good, honestly. But yeah, that shit's crazy. And like when you're in situations like that, when it's coming down to your life, if you're going to, it's like, it's so many ways you can go about it, and it sucks because no matter which route you go, you're already fucked up.
I just feel like he has so much. The amount that he has to lose is so great
Yeah,
it's like damn, like do you
I feel
stay
like-
by the street code?
like-
But if he snitches, then his career is done though.
he has a family now, so it's like I feel like whatever he do, he's gonna make the best choice, not for just like himself and like his career and like everything that he's built with the albums and stuff like that, but mostly like he wants to be in his child's life.
What would you do
sure.
in this situation?
Uh,
Rico, let me build
I
this up
plead
right
the
now. 'Cause
fifth.
I watched the Baba Lamb music video on this. He apparently rented a car in 2015 that was used in a murder or whatever, and that's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
You know. So imagine you're not. It's like 2015 to now. Would you give it up, man? What would you do?
Oh my god, it's just the thought that like doing something that OD, thinking that I'm just gonna get away with it. So I have to process that first, and then like you feel me. So it's like if I was really that deep into it, and then it caught up on me, honestly, before it even did, I would already have like that sense that it's catching up onto me. It could catch up onto me.
You feel like you
Like,
have a second.
There's
sense
no
when it comes to things
there's no
that?
statute of limitations when it comes to stuff
Murder.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like even if they find out 40 years from now, it'll be a case, and you still do that or more years.
You're a wild boy, man. I didn't know you were this wild when we first met, until I started doing a little bit of fucking digging into Mez, and I was like, hold up.
What?
Wait a second.
Yo,
I was like,
to anyone that was there for my chapters, bro.
Your
G
what?
shit, bro. My chapters in life, even like musically, like just like as far as the persona online and like that I had, like even like back then, like I wasn't making music like this. I was like definitely into like trap metal, like screaming mad loud and like breaking my vocals and shit like that. I was like dark as fuck, but like it kind of made sense. I kind of I easily expressed like where my state like mentally was at through like music and like fashion and character, and it's just like growth, like continuum in it.
Right.
So
you feel like you've seen a lot of growth in your music since you started originally, which I heard.
Yeah,
definitely. Like, I have are you gonna make anything like Lost It again?
Lost It, not like it, but as far as in the aspect of like I have a huge like following of like people that do like the mosh pit.
Right. Me being one
I
of
would
them.
mix it in with some very weird experimental shit, and keep it at the pace of like like moshing, raging, and shit like that.
Right.
But yeah, that might be in the future. It could be a mixtape or something like that.
Bro,
I already have the tracks. So
Please, dude. Like,
Yeah.
bro. I listened to a lot of your discography, you know what I mean, over this last week or whatever the case may be. And I just feel like just that feeling that I got when that song first came on, dude.
Lost it.
Right.
Jumping in the motherfucking mosh.
Bro, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was wild. Uh-oh.
the games have arrived.
That came in so clutch. That came in so clutch.
Man, don't worry. We have a lot to talk about here, man.
No, yeah.
You
man.
pulling out a gun on live.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
I don't even remember that. I'm ready for you to tell me. I'm
Don't
ready
worry,
for you to tell me.
I'm gonna give you a little crash course on Mez right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. I'm ready for this.
Well, we gonna get into the game one
Let's
first,
go.
Little scenario game. So, what we're gonna do here, right? We're gonna put you in a few different scenarios, and then you tell me what you would do in that scenario. This is my personal favorite game.
Why am I excited for this?
This is my personal favorite game, and this is one that I came up with. I'm really proud of.
Yo, this is really good. This is really
I'm very proud of this one. So, you've been to Wherei before, huh?
So what?
Wherei?
Yes.
This is a spot out in Atlanta. I was just talking to somebody about it 2 seconds ago. She said she doesn't like it. There's a few, but but I feel like it's a classic spot. But I feel like it's a classic spot, though. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put you in Reverie right now.
All right, we in Reverie.
Reverie, that's how it's pronounced. Reverie. You're in Reverie, and you know, first a girl tries to rub your eyebrows, right? She tries to rub your eyebrows, and then after that, she says to you, "I always want to fuck a goth nigga," right? She's cute, so you agree to what the fuck is going on right now. You're consenting, okay? Now, the only caveat is she wants you to listen to MGK the whole time you fuck, and she wants to also she wants to also call you MGK as you fuck. Are you going to go through with this?
No.
What? Why are you so anti-MGK? I said she's cute.
It's not even that. It's MGK.
It could be anybody.
It could be if it's not me, it's no. Like,
what if a girl wants to call you Jay-Z? I'll be down. For
yo,
to call me
she
Jay-Z,
could call me
man.
Kanye, and I would leave. I am and forever will be Mez. Like,
Okay.
like, bro, nah, cause like,
Come on, bro.
nah, yo.
Come on. Kanye? She's calling you yay while you're fucking her?
Nah, now I'm getting the picture. It's like, okay, go to this fuck, but nah.
All right, I understand why.
Nah.
Maybe I understand why. You know what I mean? But I mean, it just would feel. It would be like you're comparing me now to that person. You know what I mean? Like whatever experience you had associated with them. I'm assuming she's a fan of MGK in the story.
We're back to MGK now, so it's like that's even.
So, but it's like
what's so definite of a no? Like
MGK gets a bad rap, dude. I used to really fuck with him, bro. When he first
No,
came out, the Wild Boy era, when he was like, you know,
like yo,
bro,
that song was on repeat. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I was fucking with that song, but that was the only song that to this day is still the only like.
Oh, everybody has that story. It's like there's one MGK song that I fuck with, but that's the only one. Like,
That's it. Literally,
for me, it's Wild Boy, bro. Do you listen to Eminem diss?
Yeah, that first of all, that was one of the hardest diss tracks I've like ever heard on like a modern beat.
That's facts.
Yeah, that shit went crazy. Not only he dissed him, he also slipped that little Easter egg that, you know, fucking Diddy might have killed Pac. So I was like, whoa. So I was,
whoa.
He was like, the day something something is the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed. And I was like,
well, you have a little bit of a connection to, so do I actually, a little connection to Bad Boy a little bit, right? Your dad was fucking, had a music label early on, right?
Yeah. He was the executive producer for Bad Boy Entertainment and artist as well, director for like videos that they ever shot, like behind the scenes, all of that. Shout out to you for inspiring me.
Facts.
Yeah, facts.
That's fucking amazing, dude. My brother used to throw parties against P. Diddy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My brother grew up in New York too, so he used to always him and P. Diddy used to go back and forth all the time. Sometimes he would throw parties that would get more people. Sometimes him.
No, literally. I remember my dad telling me this one story where he actually brought me to the headquarters, and Diddy and Jay-Z was there at the time, and I'm like 4 years old with like a light skin. I look Puerto Rican. And I have like this mean ass afro. I was like baby Princeton from Mindless Behavior. Like, shout out. And you remember telling me like he let Diddy and Jay-Z hold me for a second, and next thing you know, they put me on like this. It was this modeling shoot for Sean John.
Wow.
I forgot what it was called. Yeah, it was a modeling shoot for babies for Jean. It was like on like the billboards and shit like that.
That's
like,
incredible.
Like it was like a limited amount of time, but like yeah, that shit was OD when I found out. I didn't really know what was going on back then, but that's like whoa.
What the fuck? Do you feel like that? Like
honestly, like because I know it's gonna be a time I'm gonna meet them.
Right.
So it's like how that introduction is gonna be like. Long time no see type shit. Like, I know you probably know me, and it's like it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I changed the diaper type shit.
Right. That's man, bro. Do you think about those moments that you're gonna have in the future because growing up in such a musical household where you're probably around so many different types of people, do you think about, man, I'm probably gonna run into these people in the future?
I think about it. But then I also know it's like going to happen. So it's really just like me seeing myself just like step by step, just like reaching that moment type shit. Right. And even beyond, but like, I just know it's like almost inevitable that that's gonna happen. Like there's this thing that one of my tour managers invited me to in LA. There's like it's not a Met Gala, but it's like something else. And she told me Diddy was gonna be there, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, you know, we kind of know each other. We really don't know each other, honestly. But when you have when you're in front of a like crazy major celebrity,
right?
Where do you even start off with a conversation?
I think about that all the time, bro. Like, what do you say when you meet your idol, right?
What do you say? So it's like, for specifically for like Diddy and Jay, it's like I already know, like how it's gonna end up, like how the conversation is gonna start and shit like that. Like it's like, yo, probably don't remember me, but you held me as a baby at Bad Boy headquarters. If you're watching this,
right? We already know you watching, hoes. I love you, man. I want to be called you during sex, but
I think that's how you fuck it up.
Right. Hopefully, he actually doesn't watch this. He'll probably think I'm weird as fuck. But I actually fucking have a list of people who I want to interview. Mm-hmm. And I have all the questions that I would ask them already. You know what I mean?
That is smart.
Like, I'm just
like
trying
you got it in advance.
It's just manifestation, bro. I do believe to a certain extent in manifestation, and like the energy that you put out is what you're gonna receive type shit.
100%. Like, you get what you are. So it's like, if you are sad, but you're thinking a lot about the good things, you're still gonna attract the sad things in your life. Because like you've made that your foundation. But when you like completely destroy your foundation, which is often really hard, because once you destroy your foundation, you are now nothing, and everyone has a fear of being nothing. But once you destroy that foundation, and then you actually design yourself and realize, okay, I can actually play around with these like universal laws, and next thing you know, you're really just seeing all of this play out as if like you're the main character and the director and the writer and the cameraman
of
all
your own
simultaneously at the same time. Yeah, so shit is real. This shit is absolutely real. That's why I really don't stress over like anything at all. Like anything bad happens that's like out of my control, I was like, this is a part of the story.
Everything's predetermined type shit.
Yeah, this had to happen type shit.
So you don't believe in free will at all, do you?
Free will is a tricky thing. Like, I think free will in certain like planes of existence exist, but the deeper you go, it's like not free will, I guess. It's really like everything. You get to a point where it's like everything is all happening simultaneously. Like everything. Like the past is currently happening simultaneously, all in the now moment, because like the now moment is where everything really resides to exist. And we're only experiencing this one right now. But with free will, it's like, yeah, you can definitely say I have free will, or maybe I'm just in the current plane where I made this decision instead of this other decision, which is still
what I believe.
a thing.
That's actually exactly what I believe.
Like
too.
there's another universe where I didn't pull up and I was too tired and I slept in my bed, and I was like, we're reschedule this another day. Right. That happened, or it's happening right now. This is the one we're in right now, though. You know.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
Do you think that you could change dimensions, or do you feel like you're just stuck in one plane, or do you feel like you're in the best version of yourself right now, like the dimension with the best version of yourself?
I
asked you a lot of questions just now. I'm sorry.
I would have to say honestly, because of the wonder of like, all right, the best version of there will never be a best version of myself. But I can definitely say there are other dimensions, parallel dimensions of me that are probably like ahead of where I'm at currently, still growing, but ahead. Like I could be in this current mental state, but at 16.
Right.
You know?
Right. Exactly.
And you imagine where I'll be at. I'm 21 now, so imagine where I'll be at when I'm 21 if this mindset was me at 16, you know? So, yeah, I think there are definitely other me's out there that are far more advanced. They could exist, and honestly, it could be this one. We got to find out.
Right.
So it's like, you know.
Don't even stress about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in that stage, bro. Like, I don't even really think that I have the capability to stress over certain things anymore, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, there are things going on all around us. If you really start thinking about the idea of the concept of God, or like just any one of these things too deeply, I just feel like it just gets to be too much of a wormhole for me, bro.
It definitely can. It gets real existential, because like one thing is like when we try to tackle like something that's unfathomable, like one thing we just be forgetting is that we can't like capsulate infinity. You can't grasp it, you can't think it, but we know it exists.
Right.
You know? So it's like in all different terms, whether it's like in religious texts, mathematics, science, there's always like that one thing that no one just seems to really understand, because we're trying to think about it. Can't.
Right.
You could, if you will have more of a knowing of it, but you can't think about it. You can't like construct and like, oh, I get it. God is right. No, now you fucked up. Now you have completely. You almost got it, but it's like you've given God a label, and that's where you destroy all of its value and purity. Is the fact that you can't fathom it. You know.
I agree with that, man.
Yeah.
Amen to that, brother. I thought about that a lot, dude.
No, it gets, because that's really how it is. Like when you're in a headspace where you haven't, some people haven't like grasp like using different areas like you know, like the mind, body, and soul. Like some people may be in the stage where they're like just using their mind and body. Some people are just probably using their body and soul. Some people are just using their soul. Shout out to those that are called crazy. I'm here for you. Yeah, so it's like when you're in the state where it's like you're just like you're not really like connecting all of it together as a trinity, but you're just using one of them and thinking that you can use one of them for everything. That's where your existential crisis comes. So it's like you try to tackle down who are you by thinking of it. You're gonna go through a lot of hell.
You feel like you were labeled as crazy a lot?
I was labeled as many things. Crazy was definitely one of them, but like not like I don't know. There's like bad crazy and there's like insulting crazies. It wasn't like one of those things, because I wasn't like like crazy or anything like that, but I've definitely had crazy moments. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Trust me. I'm excited to hear about some of the early lives of Mez, but I want to do at least one more of these things right here.
Yo, I'm all for it.
Drugs Your Life. You want to do that one? Or do you want to do The Little Mermaid? These are some cute names. Shout out.
Drugs Are Life.
Drugs are life. They are. Well, stay off of drugs.
Stay off.
Actually, drugs suck.
Drugs.
It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. All right. This is one that I struggled actually finding an answer for myself, so I'm curious to what you're going to say about this. Would you take crack? So the doctor comes up to you, right? The doctor comes up to you and basically asks you this. You have to either take crack every day, but no, you won't die from it. But your mental will obviously go down. You're not going to sleep as well because you're on crack all the time. You don't look like, but you don't physically look like a crackhead, right? But you take crack every day. Mm-hmm. Your mental keeps on decreasing, things like that. Or you die from an unknown disease in 5 years.
Do you still act like a crackhead?
You still act like a crackhead. So when people see you out on the streets and stuff like that, you're bugging.
I was dying. I'd rather die in 5 years. Honestly. It's like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, some people rather die than to like lose their self alive, you know? So it's like, I would like, especially in the state I'm in right now, if I had to do crack every single day and lose it
right.
And like actually lose it, like I would just be on crack and probably like still like,
right.
But like, that's like that's hell.
Right.
That's hell to like look great as fuck, but internally like really
dying.
Like dying and can't die from it, but dying from it.
But some people are scared of death. I think that's where that kind of comes in.
Oh yeah, death is the most like greatest, most ultimate illusion ever. Like ever. We've all fell into it.
What do you mean? That stare was like a death stare just now. I was about to die in the building.
Yeah, no, death is an illusion. It's literally not real in like reality terms of physical dimension. Not real. We use the word obviously to like title it as a form of transitioning, but in the way that it is titled is basically the end of your physical form. Mm-hmm. And one of the greatest, because one of the greatest things like the human mind has to like operate and survive is the ego. And also the ego is that thing that is something that we design, create, kind of like an IMVU. Like we hang around certain people, we kind of adapt to their
how they talk, how they ride. Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, so we learn just from so many different things. Most of our core things that make us us is probably how we were raised, the songs that we listened to when we was younger, the video games we played, you know, the kids that we came across when we were like at a park or something at like 8. So everything that you've created yourself, especially getting worse because of social media being a thing, but like creating such like that in like big enormous ego just makes it harder to lose,
right?
Because we know we gotta lose it at some point. And we create an ego because it's like the alternative of it's the alternative like reality version of actually finding yourself. So if you can't find yourself, you know you can create yourself, but through your ego. when you see yourself in a state where it's like, oh yeah, I don't ever want to die type shit, and like, you know, death being like the ultimate, you know, the ultimate fear, the ultimate illusion, is because we definitely feel like we have a lot to lose, and
that's not true. Do you feel like we do have a lot to lose? Like, for example, because you're basically saying right now that the reason that people fear death is because of the ego, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. I feel like a lot of people overvalue themselves, you know, overvalue the fact that you're really just a blip in time and in the bigger scheme of things, you know. Doesn't matter if you're, I mean, I guess Kanye will go down the history books, or certain people will go down in history books or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, that still won't even last forever, you know.
No, literally, like even on a galactic clock second, all of humanity will be deceased. Like on a galactic scale, like 1 second, humanity's done. So it's like,
why fear going to that next stage? Because you do feel like there's something next. Do you?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, it's not really thinking of it as there's something being next. It's more like waking up from a dream, waking up into you can either have like a near death experience. You could actually like die. You could have like a intense DMT or psychedelic experience where like you actually have like a ego death in all aspects. You face like the ultimate fear, and you know, like, this ultimate fear doesn't feel like anything else. It feels like death, but you can't Google it. Like, is this death that I'm feeling? Like,
but you release the chemicals that are in DMT once you die. I believe, right? In your lungs and shit. In your
when you
brain.
slowly pass away, DMT, which is created in the pineal gland, comes out and kind of like just like disperse like kind of like a spray inside of your brain type shit. And then also, monks, before they pass away, they actually do breath work, like breath techniques where they're like, it's kind of like they're hyperventilating, which is causing their body to really think that it's shutting down, like from lack of oxygen when it's not. And then the DMT produces more before you pass away. So and then once you like woosah and like calm down, the transitions it's less fearful because you have let out all of that already. Because that's what death is. Death is the fear before you quote unquote transition or die. It's that moment right before, because you know that's your last moments, and it's scarier for someone that doesn't know what's next. Like, humanity's greatest fear is fear of the unknown, truthfully. So it's like, it kind of makes sense. I totally get why like death is such a big thing.
Of course, because I was gonna ask, do you think that, because you're obviously a really talented musician, right? But I would say that you haven't reached your full potential yet as far as what is coming up next. What if, God forbid, something were to happen? Would you be scared of, are you scared of that, not reaching your full potential before that time comes?
Even with that, there's also, I believe there isn't like, once I reach a full potential, there's going to be something beyond that potential that I could reach too.
Never ending. That's true.
So like, where I'm at with it, I definitely feel like I'm at like it's like almost like staircases, but every stair there's no more stairs, but I create the stair every stair up. And like there's a new staircase every time I step onto something that isn't there. So that's how I kind of see it as far as like where I'm at. And like right now, I would say like I'm like still at my peak, but every time I take a staircase, that's my peak.
That's your new
That's
peak.
my peak. That's
Right.
my peak, and it just keeps going on from there. If I was to like, all right, let's say like for this example, die in 5 years. I can get a lot of shit done.
You can get a lot of shit done in 5 years.
Honestly, all I have to do is just really dedicate something that is that deep to me, where I would like be like, this is done. I'm cool with it. Even if it didn't happen, I wouldn't even have the thought to like if I was to pass away, even let's say before like the project or concept of whatever I'm creating within the 5 years, knowing that I'm gonna die in 5 years, even if I like died like literally next week, like I would, there's nothing I would be able to do about it other than like the simple fact that I already know I left a mark.
Oh, that's a fact. You have affected. And when I go to your SoundCloud and I read the comments, that's when I really realize this nigga has something a little different, because you actually are affecting people. Like even in your interviews that you did before this, it's like so many people relate to you on just a different level than I feel like a lot of artists have cultivated. How do you feel like you did that?
As you grow, like your fans grow with you, and usually that's like usually a thing that artists should really pay attention to, is that if you're doing the same thing, your listeners are going to eventually grow up, and they're gonna be like, all right, come on, dude, type shit, like, come on, like.
Do something new.
Come
do
on.
Something different, right?
Come on.
We're growing. We're gonna want to talk. That's like when Jay-Z went from drug dealer talk to business talk, or when fucking like I feel like The Weeknd has also transitioned. Fucking Jay
It's a huge transition. Me. Yeah, exactly. So it's like when you're growing, that alone is making other, not only people that are afraid to grow, like actually try out growing, and also for those who are growing with you to like interestingly always be on the same page, because in certain cases like we kind of especially with like the generation that we were born in, we're kind of like growing and realizing things at the same exact time. Some people are stuck behind, some people are farsighted, you know. So, but as a whole, it's like we're growing together, which is why like you don't really like, you see old people with old people. You see like niggas in their 30s with niggas
in their 30s.
And like we can go outside of that and like even speak on like basically like speaking to someone like on a level of like just their soul, just like literally like their soul. And it's like I can connect with a monk that's like 60 years old or some shit like that, and vice versa. A monk can see a connection like in a crazy conversation with a freaking 20-year-old, like so, you know, when you're like evolving, you're really not only showing that you're not afraid to let go of certain like certain things, like the past and shit like that, of whatever it is that you may feel like you've been holding on for like a very long time. I would definitely say like one of my things is I'm currently trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with my hair, because like I've been doing this for probably like 2 years, and this is like one of my greatest and first album I've ever dropped. So
you're trying to figure out what's on the table right now.
Like,
I'm curious.
Because I'm in need for change. Like,
I can feel that.
Like a drastic change. And I already did that back in 2020 when like a fucking like shaved my eyebrows off and started wearing makeup literally the next day, and it just never stopped. Like 2 years literally 2 whole years wearing the same exact outfit of black leather, everything, and makeup, just for this like thing that I'm dropping. So I'm like kind of like incorporating everything I do in my life, and I'm making it a world just so that when I look back, it hits much more deeper in like a nostalgic way. Like, yo, I remember this era. This was a true era. Like for an example, Kanye with the fucking teddy bear. That was an era. That nigga is probably never coming back. That teddy bear is probably never gonna come back. But we know it so well because of like
the music that was
exactly the music, the everything that just came in that era. Like, you feel me? And right now, even the same shit with Donda. That's going to be like we're probably like, oh, I don't know what this nigga Kanye is doing and blah 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 blah. But when time goes on and you look back and you realize, oh shit, everybody was like dressing up in black, wearing like masks over their face, like a fucking like a socket or some shit. Everybody, everyone was doing that shit. And you actually truly get to see like how impactful changes and how impactful doing different things is. Yeah. Because as you grow with your audience, when you give them new looks, as you were saying, so you think that you might do something different? Are you thinking no more makeup, no more? Would you cut your locks type shit? Like, are we going crazy? We just gotta find out, honestly.
Wow.
We just gotta find out. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the next chapter of
That's
Mez's
like
aesthetic. Right. When we do part 2, this nigga's gonna come through in a fucking suit.
That's probably how we're you know what? Hair. We're gonna do that. The next podcast here is gonna be some shit like that, and we're gonna be like, yep, here it is.
I'm curious what's next with Mez, but before we find out what's next, I kind of want to get into the beginning a little bit. Mm-hmm. You're from Brooklyn originally, right?
Correct.
So how was growing up in Brooklyn? I'm from Melbourne, and I'm sure you know about it. How was it growing up? And I know we kind of are the same age, so that era is like that feeling is like it's different.
It's so brick,
right?
It's so brick.
It's different.
Brooklyn. All right, so basically the whole timeline is I was out there since I was like 7 years old. Like my dad used to bring me when I was a kid to studios and stuff like that. I used to just like sit there with toys and shit, take me to the park and whatnot. And then I moved to Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, and that's when I really actually when I was growing up, like from like 8 to like 14, 15 type shit. So like out in Connecticut, I was like a heavy dancer. I used to love to skateboard, break dance. I used to have I had like a whole list of like buddies just longboarding. Shout out Jude, Melly. I still remember you niggas. It's been a while, but yo,
here we are with personally. This specific clip. Let's find the time.
No, yeah, bro. We used to like literally hit the skate park and shit. I remember escaping police on a longboard one time.
Whoa, escaping police on a longboard?
Yeah, it was like
that's not easy. I used to ride a longboard.
Yo, no, it's not. It actually isn't. I lost my longboard and still escaped. So it was one of those things, you get that speed wobble and shit.
Yeah.
That death wobble.
Oh, man.
Hopped off that shit. 2 mean ass steps and then like did like 2 front flips.
Right.
And then just ran inside of a parking lot and hid under a car. Bow.
What happened? So they were just fucking chasing you guys because you were skateboarding?
We was on it was trespassing. Like it was literally 8 of us. We was all on longboards and like 2 cop cars was trying to chase down 8 people, and it was so stupid.
That happened.
Yeah, we escaped that. That was beautiful. And then like
love a good escape,
right? And then like around I would say 2016 is when I first moved to Georgia, not Atlanta, but Georgia. 2016. That's when I got my GED. First of all, I missed out. I missed out on some big information too. First of all, you ever seen the movie Midsummer?
Midsummer? No, I have
For
not.
anyone-
But everybody else is shaking their head.
Accurate bad trip sequence in any movie.
What, bro? Midsummer was literally my childhood. First of all, I was homeschooled my entire life. And my
Your
school.
entire life, including high school and everything.
I never went to high school. I never had a prom. Never went to middle school. Never went to none of that. No, none of that. I was either at home or I went to this farm where it was a bunch of white kids. Shout out to y'all, I think. But like, it was a bunch of white kids, and it was just like when I look back at it, it's just so cozy. It was so cozy, like. It was just really like, I mean, I didn't have like bad experiences there. It was really cool, you know, like.
What did you do on this farm?
So on the farm, all right, it was called Cornelia, and basically it's like one of those places where everyone lives there free, but everyone helps each other out. Like everyone goes to a cafeteria and everyone cooks food and stuff like that.
That's dope.
Yeah. So and then they had like a church there. We was like milking cows and shit. It was like gardening.
None of that.
Yeah, it was kind of, I guess you could say it was kind of like school because we learned math and stuff. We learned history. We didn't like had to learn like English. I mean, like fluent Latin.
Yeah. You still know a little bit of Latin?
A little bit.
Oh, really?
It's like it was just never useful to me. Mm-hmm. But like it's useful in certain aspects where it's like you see a word and it's like, oh, you know, a word that you just don't know. You don't know. You've never seen this word before, but you kind of break it down and be like, okay, I get an idea of what this word means. You know, like constellation, Latin word, stella, star. Okay. You can kind of figure it out. Right. Kinda, I get it type shit. So that's kind of like the cool thing about it.
So you were just there. So once you were done with home, I'm assuming this is the summertime, right? So once you were during summer vacations from homeschooling, instead of just staying home like other kids did, you went to this farm?
Yeah. It was basically like it was back and forth like seasonally. Like throughout the summer it was Cornelia, throughout the summer and fall it was that place, and then like throughout the winter and stuff, that's when like my mom would teach me many different like things that she was already into, which was like chakras and stuff.
Oh, wow. Like, so that's what you were learning.
Eight memorizing chakras and other different things that are like magical and stuff, you know.
Like the more mystical side of things.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro. I was not excited. I was going to ask, do you feel like it affected you in a positive or a negative way?
Both.
Being home?
Both. Positively, I could go on forever, but the cons to it was really how much I didn't socialize with people. So I was like, I had a problem talking. Like I had a really big problem talking, and no one was like teaching me how to like communicate. So I kind of had to like go through like the beginning stages of absolutely clowning myself to like get to where I'm at now, where I can like express myself a little bit like better and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was wild. After that,
so like you were having, when you say that, just so I could kind of understand, you were just talking to people was difficult for you? You didn't know, like, were you just too blunt for people or something like that?
It wasn't like it was more like I would be like too ahead of myself when I'm like communicating with people. So whatever I said never really like, I never tackled down the goal of what I was trying to say. If that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, it was like if I tried to explain like what my album is now, but back then, I promise you, I would sound so stupid and it would be a very awkward moment. So I'm glad I went through that. It's even like including with like just trying to be social, like in general. Like I didn't even set myself up for a conversation,
right?
Type of thing. I was like really like in the corner, like for real.
I feel like it was hard for me to learn how to socialize a little bit but not for the same reasons, obviously. I feel like for me, like, it's interesting. When I got to 8th grade, right, my friend's sister called me a mama's boy, right? And that shit changed my life, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. That summer, I went and got some True Religion jeans, know what I mean? I fucking... Got some new J's. Begged my parents to get me right. I was like, Mom, please, like, they're cutting my ass out there. Yeah. Please,
yo,
right?
What? Yo, I didn't understand bullying until I was like 15, 16. I would say I didn't like really understand it until like niggas was like it was so casual and simple. This dude was like, "Where you from?" And I didn't answer him because I didn't like talking to people. And then he was like, "We don't like niggas like you around here."
That sounds like some old Western
no,
shit.
Right?
Like niggas
this town
like
ain't big enough for the both of us. And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not from here. He was like, oh, where you from? New York. He was like, oh, well, we don't like niggas from New York. That's when I gave up. That was like the moment I gave up on people at that era, bro. Like once I turned 16, first of all, shout out to my mom for like setting me up in the most like greatest way ever. When I turned 16, I got my GED the same year, and then went into college at South Georgia Tech as a marketing major in psychology and business. At 16, and then graduated at 18. So then once I turned 18, I was like, I can actually... That was like when I truly was like, okay, I can do whatever I want to do now. Because I never really felt like I had that until like college was like really out the way. Right. And like the college experience, that's honestly what broke me into like communicating, socializing, the marketing somehow, and psychology as well definitely would
helped with that.
Helped in many different ways.
Bro, before we fucking get into your college, like, let's take a quick little break. Do you need some water real quick?
Maybe.
We didn't take a quick little break. We need to change the batteries and shit. Are you? Let's see if is it? Oh, that
so
would have
close.
been crazy.
No, that would have been crazy.
Oh, we're rolling?
We're back.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
And we're back. Ooh, somebody asked me if I believe in soulmates.
Hold on. Ooh.
Oh, we're getting shots over there? Shot. Hey!
God, man.
Jose Cuervo going crazy, man.
What?
Game 2, baby. We didn't even do game 2 yet. That's why I was like, I'm not taking no drinks.
Yo,
I'm trying to save my liver, man. Hashtag save Rich's liver.
Facts.
Okay. Oh, we're not doing alcohol today.
Facts.
Oh, my fucking God. I prefer shots. I might need a shot, man. Yo, go ahead and pour me up something real quick. I thought we were doing shots, so I was trying to take it calm. You know what I mean? We're not doing game 2 yet.
He's taking shots. I got it.
Oh, we already brought out game 3. We're not going to do this quite yet, but we have it, and we're ready to go now. So when we're ready, game 2 is going to start. Hey, shout out Madman. You know what I mean?
There better not be no fish oil either. There better not be no fish oil, mustard, with like horseradish or something.
He's capping.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ducky don't even drink, man. This nigga is a fucking straight-laced, straight-edge guy, man. What the fuck?
Sir.
You're pretty straight-laced yourself, would you say? I mean, you're not out here doing like fucking I know you don't fuck with pills.
No.
Man, that pill era was a crazy era, though, man.
That was a very
little pump.
That was a toxic era for humanity.
For sure.
As far as like role models for like children coming up, is
right?
Bad, but hey,
everybody was doing Xans, bro.
Xans was a big thing, and it was killing people.
And the thing about Xans is like you can't remember shit like after you take it, so it's kind of just like why. Like, I realized I had to stop playing with the Zans and shit like that when I yelled at my homegirl and I had no... You know when you kind of have an idea about something? Like, it kind of is like, oh, yeah, you know, like, that could make sense. It's like nothing was there. With alcohol, at least you kind of remember a little bit of a buildup. Nothing, dude.
It's like, yeah, Zans is kind of like trying to remember a dream that was pitch black.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a hole in your memory. That's when I was like, bro, I could kill somebody off this shit and not even know. No, you could hop in your car and die, honestly.
This shit is OD. It's like it's such an OD of a drug. I mean, I totally get it too. Like,
it's amazing, though, right?
Why, and like, don't get me wrong.
The anxiety killing. You don't give a fuck when you're off.
Drugs aren't bad. It's just how you use it. Like, use it wisely. Honestly, you gotta don't use it to escape something. Don't use it to run away from something. Don't use it to chase something. But use it wisely, though. Definitely. Like,
is that the advice you would give your kid as well? Just out of curiosity, because
I wouldn't even. All right, so that's a really good question, because like depends on the age. Like, we're talking about, like, I would, all right, in the right way I would put it, because like when it comes to like speaking to children, like, they'll remember that for a very long time, all the way until they're 30, and they'll be like, I remember when this guy told me when I was like 6, type shit. So like, what I say matters so much. So like, if there was a way I would word it, I would definitely just break down the education of it, the pros and the cons, why and when to use it. If I'm gonna speak about why and when to use it, I'm not gonna like speak to like a 9-year-old about like why and when to use Xanax or something. Like
right, exactly. Right, like, but like, when you're feeling
like if you're a teenager, because like when you're a kid, you're not gonna be around drugs if you got parents. So it's like you're not gonna really be around. You're not gonna be around drugs. So
bro, you would be surprised, bro. I know some niggas, bro, whose parents were really smoking with them from a very young age, drinking with them, and the reason usually, appreciate it, man. Shout out, man. This nigga really fills up those shot glasses.
He do that.
He do that.
Shout
out to Nate. But there's a lot of people who smoked weed with their parents really young, drank with their parents really young, and the reasoning is that I've heard is that I'd rather you do it with me than with somebody else. Although I guess that doesn't apply when you're 9, though, right?
Type shit. But like, I get it, because like, even there's like certain 9-year-olds that are like so deep in, like, it can be like 9-year-olds like so deep into the streets type shit, and like, especially if you want to see like this kid, like, you know, blossom and, you know, do better with their life,
right? If
they're going to be smoking weed, do it around the right people. Setting always matter, because the surroundings you do drugs with is going to kind of be their reason is kind of going to be your reason, because you learn from everyone that you're around. So it's like you're around a bunch of crackheads that are like heavily addicted, chasing and running simultaneously. Like, you're gonna kind of adapt to that, especially if you're 9. You already don't have.
You're like silly putty when you're at 9, bro. Like,
yeah,
or like. You know,
dude,
you're just so easily malleable. Like, you ever thought back to, like, when you were younger and think about how stupid you were? I think about that shit all the time.
What?
Like, all the time. I'm like, bro, like, the shit that you used to say, do, like, when your views on women, your views on life, your views on everything was just so primal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was so primal. Oh my God. I swear to God, I thought, like, the meaning of life. This is common for many people. Definitely thought the meaning of life was to get rich. That's a common thing. That's a very common thing. I also thought like I was like freaking born to like do karate. Cause like I watched the one Bruce Lee movie at like 7 years old.
Right, that'd be the reason.
You feel me? So it's like it's like how like things impact me, just like the littlest shit. Like between the ages of like 5 and like 7, bro, they're literally just like waiting for you to give them something so that they can run with it for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm definitely gonna introduce like my son to Bruce Lee.
Hell yeah.
At 5 and 6, I'm definitely gonna introduce like my son to freaking like Alan Watts and like music wise, probably like FKA Twigs, obviously me. And like
Prince. I know you mentioned Prince as one
Prince
of your
for
recent
sure.
icons.
Oh my god, it's like there's so many people. It's so many people. So many people I can name. Yo, my son or daughter is definitely going to be like a crazy, insane artist. Like,
would you homeschool them?
Probably, but probably not at the same time. Because like now that I have a grasp and understanding of what public school really is, yeah, like I get it. You know, like you hear that like public school is kind of like a prison, setting you up for a prison. That's like
prison
that's
pipeline,
that could be a pessimistic perception or point of view,
and when you
which
get
is
money,
also true. So,
right.
How I see it is like, it's like the kindergarten of the world. It's like, you know, you just put a bunch of kids together in a school in this building, and literally they have to figure it out on their own. They start maneuvering and finding the crowds that they like to be around, and other people start maneuvering and finding the crowds that they like to be around. You start seeing like little shit happening that you see on a mass scale, like this group don't fuck with this group, some shit like with Ukraine and Russia. You know, it's just like it's a bunch of shit, and then you got like people like that just like kind of just be like astronauts, like just like not in a group, but just like kind of like maneuvering with like from group to group, just like or around it, like
right
outside the bubbles and shit. It's like it's the preparation of true like reality of like being in a world with other conscious beings that are so that's a great lesson that I would give my son or daughter, bring them to a public school, but also I can really do both, honestly.
Right.
I can definitely do both. Who knows? I might have my own school, a Montessori or some shit like that, and have like a bunch of cool ass individuals.
That'd be fucking fire, dude.
Like,
let me know, bro, because I'm really not trying to put my kids in this system either, dude. Like,
now that you said that, I gotta do it.
Nah, I mean,
let's see what happens.
Anthony Academy coming soon. Nah, I mean, Mezzasori. Mezzasori. Where were we in your? We were in, but to get back to your childhood though, we were at you moving to Connecticut, dealing with all that. Now, at what point did you move to Atlanta?
I moved to Atlanta in 2019.
In 2019.
Yeah.
And you have a little bit of a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air story almost adjacent.
Oh yeah, it's coming. Literally, the first literally all of 2019 when I moved out here, I was not going out at all. I didn't know shit about like Atlanta, nothing. All I knew is that I was like completely isolated working on my album, which is coming out May 15th, and then yeah, I freaking the first time I really started going out was 2020. Shout out Foster. He was like one of the first people I met. Shout out Tyler, my manager. Foster introduced me to Tyler. Yeah, the first time I really went out was Halloween 2020. That was the first time I went to Wherei. Halloween 2020. And from there, I started like maneuvering with different people. I was working with different people. I kind of like got the aspect of, you know, since they were obviously in the Atlanta scene way longer than me. I started seeing like how they network, how they maneuver, and you know, like surroundings. You kind of just pick up from that.
Right.
So,
but what got you to Atlanta was these guys banging down your door and trying to attack you.
I tried to run away from that one. No, facts. All right, we on that.
Let's talk. We gotta talk about that
I
story,
don't
bro.
know what he knows right now. I swear.
We gotta talk about
I
that
don't
story.
know what he
Fucking
knows.
Glock in one
Yo.
hand and an axe in another. We have to talk about it, dude. Come on, bro.
I'm pretty sure that was only in my head. All right, yo, we here with it. All right. This is a great story. This is such a great. I wanted to tell this. I definitely wanted to tell this, but you know how it be. Yo, all right. So, Connecticut. I was like 15 years old, or 14, turning 15.
This was that early. Okay.
Yeah. So, I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club out in Hartford all the time. Used to skateboard and stuff. And there used to be this park like right down the street that I always go to after. And at that park, it was always like a bunch of gang members and like little kids that were also part of gangs around my age and stuff. And they used to host like rap battles, and like we used to like literally like do like OD your mama jokes and shit. And you know how it get personal. It gets so personal. Niggas want to slap box in the winter. So that's when your hands are at their most frigid. Yo, what? Fucking, and I'm light skinned. I turn pink, dude. Quick. So
frostbite and shit. You can't slap box with frostbite,
dude.
That's wicked.
That shit was. It's insane, bro.
Savages.
Nah, for real. And like, I got into a scuffle with this one guy because like he took it so personal. I knew he was joking, but like he took it personal, and he was like, "Let's slap box right now." And like me, like just now having a pride and is like, all right, bet. So we started slap boxing, and like, you know, like during the slap box, once you get the sense that you probably just got punched, it just automatically turns into a fight. So, yeah, I remember there was this one time with that same day while we was all fighting, I kind of basically like injured him like badly in the collarbone, and like he was like I could just hear it in his voice and like how he was screaming. He was like in so much pain. By the way, hope you're okay and everything. If you see
really, are you serious?
Yeah.
You're a forgiving man, dog.
What? I forgive everything. So yeah, it's like after that happened, his homie was like, "Yo, what the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do? Like, do you know who his brothers are? Do you know who his brothers are?" And I'm like, me, like, not knowing who the fuck anyone is. Like, right. I was like, no. And he was like, yo, you're going to have to get the fuck out of here. You're having to go leave. And I was like, okay. So I'm dipping out. I'm heading to my crib. And come to find out, they were actually following me. Not the same people that told me to leave. Right. But, like, other people. And I just got the sense that I was being followed. So I, like, ran up to my apartment building. Slammed the door, locked it. My dad's at work. He gets off at 11, and it's like 7 p.m. right now. So it's like, fuck. And like, there's niggas that's trying to get up inside the apartment building right now. So, no, my dad, you know, he had a piece like hidden in the closet, and I had like an axe because, you know, I'm a little boy that likes to play with shit. So I'm just like absolutely terrified, shaking, just like. The couch is like right here and the door is right here. So I'm just sitting on the couch like this. Like a fuck, like, bro. Oh my God. It was like, it was like such a terrifying moment for me because I didn't know what was going to happen if they got through that door. And I just remember hearing them like, they got my address, have no clue how. They got my address, banging on it, bow, 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 like kicking it, trying to kick it in. And, like, up north, doors in general are the heaviest things ever. It's so industrial. You can't break through it.
That's true.
So, shout out Connecticut and New York.
Heavy doors. Thank you for being constructed in the fucking 40s. Really?
Real. No, yeah. And I'm just there. And, like, the banging just don't stop. I'm hearing, like, these niggas talking about, like, when I get in, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like 14 crying my ass off right now because I didn't mean to fucking like,
really hurt somebody.
I didn't mean to do it. You feel me? But like I'm in the hood. So it's like, yeah, this is kind of like what you get, you know. A little boy that's protected by a bunch of gang brothers, he can do whatever he wants, but as soon as he get injured, it's a, you know,
big deal.
It's a big deal. It's like, yeah, it's just OD as fuck. So after that, literally, like, I remember just like falling asleep low key and waking. I woke up to the door being opened, and I've never been like so prepared to whatever was behind that door. And like, thankfully, it was my dad. That's when I was like, finally, like,
you can calm down a little bit.
I couldn't calm. Like, I was calm when he got here because I started crying, but like, once I had to break down the story. He was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, you're on my couch with my gun, and you have an axe right next to you."
Imagine walking into your fucking 14-year-old son on the couch with a gun and
like,
an axe.
bro. So that's when
crazy.
He told me, he was like, "You have to move with your mom. Yeah, you have to move to Georgia with your mom, bro. Like, you are hot out here. Like, I got 3 stars.
GTA shit, man.
Yo,
that's
like,
fucking hilarious.
No, yeah, and yeah,
that's the story of when you first. Was it the
like
first
when
time?
I first moved to Georgia?
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Your mom was probably fucking tweaking.
She actually don't know that story.
Wow.
No, that's how, like, my mom is very, like, she's there, like, emotionally. So, like, she hears a story like that, she wouldn't know what to do. But since it was 14, there's nothing you can do about it now, and I'm okay, and she knows that.
Right.
She's gonna hear it now.
Do you think you still have beef out there in Connecticut right now? If you were to go back,
Oh,
like
0%. First of all, I have no clue. Like, I wouldn't even remember them.
Right.
I don't.
You probably had so many experiences since then.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't even, like, I remember like a couple of them, but like it wasn't like those. One, I never met the guys that came to my door, so I don't know who they are.
That's true.
They probably don't even know who I am, type shit. So it's like, yeah, that was a really wild experience. I had like crazy, just a bunch of different crazy experiences in Connecticut, which is also, that's what I see as like an era as well, because it's like
did you dress the same? Did you have the same kind of aesthetic as you do now?
I kind of did, but for different reasons. I was dressing like all black, primarily because like I didn't know how to express that I was like, you can say like oppressed, like in, you know, like when you have like a masculine father, like oppression is one of the things that could be one of those things that you can grow on you for a while, like, you know, like, don't cry.
So that was the type of dad your dad was more somebody, because that's how my dad was.
That's
particularly, yeah. I feel like in the black community, there's very little room for like wiggle room. I feel like they want you to be a specific way.
No, yeah, it like I wouldn't necessarily say that's exactly how he was, but it was definitely one of those things where it's like how they did it was like they kept a balance. My mom and dad had kept a balance where my dad he take care of the masculine side of everything, so he was just like all masculine. Never seen him. I never seen this guy cry a day in my life, like ever. So it was like
same with my pops.
Yeah, you know, it's like I wouldn't know what I would do if I saw him cry. That would be a really different experience for me.
My dad's sister died and that nigga didn't cry, bro. Swear to God.
You feel me? And
that nigga's cold.
Like,
it's cold.
Yeah, so it was, you know, so it was like it was a mixture of both. Like, you know, my mom gave me emotional support, security. My dad put me in like jiu-jitsu classes and like had me do push-ups, watch like Hidden Colors, and like, you know, yeah.
Do you feel like that comes from your upbringing, being the fact that you practiced Islam early on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used. What don't you know? Yeah.
Oh my
What's that? That's what I was about to say, bro. That's what I was about to say. Next thing you know, he about to pull out like CDs of me featured on my dad's
gifts. The games are my gifts to the audience because I love you.
In there, yeah. My dad, he's a part of the Nation of Islam, but he used to be Muslim, and that was like my whole family. That was like a thing for my whole family for a while, and I kind of like stopped around the time I turned 14. That was around the time when I started having like existential crisis and shit like that. So like, you know, I was seeking something deeper than reading scriptures that I couldn't fathom to understand yet at 14. So I started diving into science, started diving into black holes. Black holes was like one of the most like captivating things ever, which have like even impacted like how I dress today. Like makeup. Yeah, like that was the thing I was going in. But like as I got like really deep into it, that's when I started seeing myself perceiving the world in a way of like fatalism, whereas like nothing matters because even the universe is going to die one day. So that's how deep it was for me. And it was like, yeah, it was just nothing really mattered, and I was in a space of meaningless void. And then that kind of like shifted when, you know how life is. That shifted when you find love, like your first girlfriend, then your first heartbreak, and then your next journey of trying to realize shit.
That shit, right?
You know. And
you realize people are fucking expendable and shit like
exactly.
that.
literally. So it's like a repeating journey. It's almost like a try again journey, but in different ways. Like you're gonna get it. You're probably not gonna get it right now. You're probably gonna reach a point where it's like, I'll settle with this, like with whatever realization I have back then. I'll settle with it, and I got somewhere with it. You know, I'm better than where I was like last year and stuff. But it's like you constantly just keep. You're kind of like seeking for that absolute truth, that fundamental truth,
right?
That is like that can often be hard to find. You can. Like, people can get real existential if you just keep asking why. Simply, and just keep asking why. You keep asking why enough to whatever it is, you're going to get to the kind of the same answer. And it doesn't get deeper than that unless you don't know. Like
it's true.
Yeah.
Once you get more knowledge, you're responsible for it. And that responsibility, I feel like, opens more and more doors to more and more questions. And that's why I quit that game, dude. I quit that game, bro. I cannot fucking participate in that shit.
It's a wild mind fuck of a roller coaster in your head, honestly. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, it's just super confusing. It can be very super confusing, and like, you know, you really do have to, like, definitely. I definitely get why you dropped it, because it gets super stressful.
Right.
It can keep you up at night.
Nah,
it can distract you from things you have to do. You can if you had a chalkboard, bro, that shit would be filled.
You should see us coming up with the vlogs, bro. We're in here fucking going crazy on the whiteboard. Me and fucking our fucking director, amazing dude Bailey. He's right over there.
My guy.
Bro, when he's fucking in there like a fucking mad scientist writing shit down, we're in there just fucking drawing connection to niggas. It feels like this board, honestly.
This is hard as fuck. Hold up.
Thank you.
Yo, this is like...
Shout out Dan.
Yo, this is literally like Batman. Like, you seen the Batman yet?
Yeah. The new one?
The new one, yeah.
I have watched it, yes.
It was like how he's trying to put the pieces together. It looks just like that.
Right.
I feel like you're going to get to a point where it's like there's going to be like one picture in the middle and just like kind of out. It's like you figured it out.
Nah, I mean, like, who's going to be in the middle? That's the ultimate.
Let me go print my picture.
Oh, we do have to get a picture of you before you leave so we can put it on the board. We have London Gray here, Ducky
Shout out London. Shout out Ducky.
Sensei.
Jay Sensei.
You know, shout out Jay Sensei, Elia Nicole.
I can give many shout outs to people that aren't here yet.
Brent
Shout out, Invite, Tyler.
Tyler fucking J. Big shout out to Tyler fucking J, man.
Big shout out.
Lord
Shout out
Chrome.
Lord Chrome, Midnight.
Man.
All of them.
The whole gang,
Literally, bro. In the cut. Where your mom at?
We got the gang in the building right now, man.
No, for real.
Bro, I wanted to talk real quick. Also, before we play this game, which I'm very excited to play right now.
Oh, yeah. Let's
do it. You swatted somebody's house?
Woo! Yo, hey.
What the fuck is that? I didn't even hear that.
You remember what I was saying? Yo, you remember I was saying so many things happened while I was in Connecticut? Yeah. I was one of those toxic Xbox 360 Black Ops 2 niggas. Yeah, that was me. I was one of those. I wasn't the niggas that would be like, "Fuck you, my dad's a staff at Xbox." I wasn't that nigga. No, I was like the nigga that like pulled up Wireshark and like got their IP just by being in the party with me, and like it would be like some racist nigga like just like. N-word. I don't know if I could say it.
Of course.
I can say it, but like, you know.
Nigga.
He was like, nigga. He was just pissed me off. It like that nigga. Yo, bro, he was tearing my ego up, and it got me furious.
You just read him his IP address?
So I was like, I literally was like, at the age of 13, was like, I have a knife, and I'm going to kill my parents. I live here.
Oh my God.
And I made sure that I turned my phone off too. And then I was like, I'm back. And I just remember playing the game with him as he's talking shit. And then all I hear is like the door open and like some white mom was like, "What did you do? Why are the cops outside?"
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my
God his ass. Ladies and gentlemen, we got
I was
him.
literally just telling Rose about this. I was showing her like mad YouTube videos about like
Swatting.
how toxic like
Shout out Rose.
like back in like PS3 and like Xbox 360 era was, bro. That's honestly where my humor stems from. That is really
like
bad.
Toxic humor.
I have a very toxic humor.
Thank you, Charisma. Well, I don't even know if I have to thank you for this right here, but we're gonna figure this out in this. Hey. What the fuck is this? I can't even identify this shit. I literally can't even identify this shit. It smells like dog food. I'm gonna be honest. It smells like fucking dog food, bro. We might be answering some questions today.
Up, bro.
We don't have to drink it if we answer the questions, bro. I thought we were gonna be doing shots, bro.
Oh, yo.
Nah, I mean,
Yo,
gang.
that's crazy.
I get drunk on Tuesdays and Saturdays. That's my usual schedule. That's my usual schedule. You know what? Let's get into these fucking games, bro.
Yo.
Game 2, baby. We're gonna have to really answer these questions. So this is how this game works, right? You ask a question and I ask a question, right?
Okay.
Whoever decides not to answer has to take this shot and loses.
If you can think of a better one than the card questions, too, you can.
Right. If you can think of a better one than the card questions, you can as well.
Okay.
So, you know.
Okay.
I'm going with it. Appreciate it.
We here with it. Yo, was this fish oil? She plead the fifth.
Bro, this literally smells like fucking dog food. Like, what's the dog food? What's it called? Degree? What's that shit called? I don't even know what that shit's called. Pedigree. Well, whatever that shit is ass. That shit is ass as fuck.
Like that is, yo.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Man, I know I have one that's going to literally murder you right now, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. I'll start off light. What's the craziest thing you've ever done for money?
The craziest thing I've ever done for money.
That's light.
All right, let me check my iCloud real quick. The craziest thing I've ever done for money. Oh, 2017. My homie, he bet me $20. Like, all right, he lived like around the corner from my house,
Right.
and he bet me $20 that. Oh, he also had like he lived in a basement, so like I just can just go into the back of the basement type shit and just open the door type shit. Maybe $20 to run to his house butt naked.
Wow, that kind of kills another question that I had. Wow, naked? Did you do it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No. And I made $20 the next day because like you know how niggas be like, I got you tomorrow type shit. I hate it. Oh, that whole night I was furious. I didn't have to do that. It was like 3 cars that drove past. Like,
so people were seeing you naked,
bro. But like how I was doing
well
it,
endowed. Only a nigga would do. The only person that would do that is
I made sure I did it as if like I was hungover and probably on cocaine. Even though I wasn't. I was like, I just looked mad. I looked like a lost ass college kid, like leaving a house party. Like I made sure I looked like I got caught. like fucking like another nigga's girl or something, and I had to run out the house or some shit. That's what it was like.
Yeah, like that whole covering your shit, just running and shit like that. Wow, I was not expecting that at the end. At the end of that story,
literally, bro.
That's a good one.
What, yo? I can go on forever, bro.
Really, of crazy things you've done for money.
What?
It's your turn, actually.
That's right.
That's a good story. I've never fucking ran.
Wow, this is a great counter. What's the wildest place you've been naked?
That's the fucking. I knew he was gonna bring that question up as soon as I fucking. All right, here we go, man. I'm gonna tell a real story right now. I'm not this type of guy anymore. I want that to be thrown out there. I'm a completely new man. Like, things have changed. All right. I was in church, right? All right. I was in church, right? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was what you call an assassin. Know what I mean?
An assassin.
I was really trying to, meet some ladies in church. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to get it on. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it a stack. But the beautiful thing about the church that I went to was that they had a church bus in the back that we used to go on there. We could smoke weed. We would fucking do all types of, bro. Like,
that's quite a church.
All type, because it was all plastic, so the fucking smells wouldn't stick in there. You know what I mean? It was all plastic, so we used to smoke weed in there, fucking do all types of, every type of thing that you could imagine we done on the church bus. So my friend was talking to a young lady, and she happened to mention, that she was feeling both of us. You know what I mean? So that's wavy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking object to that. I feel like it is what it is. You do what you do. Yo, that's you know what I mean? Madman feels me.
Yo, nah, Matt, come here. Show these niggas your face right now.
This nigga your face. This is the first time I seen this nigga face. Hey, you know what it is.
Yo,
what it is.
I'm so weak right now. Oh my god.
So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we was on that church bus naked, man.
That is the weirdest place, though.
It was weird.
It was a church bus.
But the thing about it is, you could vibe on that shit, bro. You could smoke.
You trying to advertise it now, like
drink. You can fucking pop Molly. I don't judge. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do, we with it. You know what I mean?
Real.
And she happened to be with whatever at that time. You know what I mean?
So
it is what it is.
Is success?
It was a success.
like for you or for all of y'all?
For the gang, man. For the gang. Ain't no fun. The homies can't have some.
If you're that girl watching this, it's okay.
Yo, shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you.
All love.
You are like brave.
We're pretty young too. It was all love. You know what I mean? It's all love from up above, baby. We love you.
No, it's all love. No,
all love from up above. All right. That was a good counter, man.
That was. Hit me.
All right. Oh yeah, it's my turn now. Mez, what is your wildest porn category?
My wildest porn category.
Category. Meaning this is obviously some shit that you had to watch, you know? Like, you have to...
Wildest porn, like, porn category
that you've watched and you've enjoyed.
Yo, this is about to be... Yo, hold up. Nah, cause... All right. So, like, when I used to watch porn...
Oh, no porn anymore?
Nah, bro, I've been, like, 2 years off porn.
2 years?
No, I have an interesting life. I've been celibate for 1.5 years, too.
Whoa. Yeah. That's incredible, dude. What got you on that journey? Like, obviously as much as you can disclose.
At the time, all right, so at the time I was in a relationship, and it was what do you call it? Online relationship. So it was like over the phone type of thing. So out of respect, that is exactly what I did. It was like,
wow, that's incredible.
And it felt really good because it was like, you know, one, the confidence was up. Two, if like there was zero regret type shit. But yeah, that was it.
What do you feel like has changed since you stopped, like, you know, masturbation or whatever the case may be? Because a lot of people say,
oh no, I definitely like yanked for sure.
Okay.
I murked my medulla, bro.
Oh my god!
I know I just broke your ears, Daniel.
Sorry, Dan. Bro, but now you're currently not masturbating though, and is that what you're saying right now?
I'm not saying anything, but
okay.
What I am saying is that porn category.
Oh right. Let's get into that. That's the light topic, right?
Nah, bro. Nah, it was just all right. One, it was like a video. That's how I came across it. It was a video. It was like animated, and it was like, it was slick, funny as fuck. Honestly, it was a robot. Was it a robot girl? Yeah, it was a No.
Wherei last week was talking about fuzzies.
Who was who?
Talking about clown pussy.
Oh, clown pussy. Shout out to all the pussy out there, man.
I'm dead as fuck.
Shout out to all the clown pussy.
No,
we love you.
Big shout out.
Harley Quinn, we love you. Fucking any bitch you want to dress up like Harley Quinn, we love you too. Facts. Shout out Midnight. That's my brother right there, man. Not for me.
Real. Nigga,
Midnight, the realest nigga.
This nigga is brother beyond blood.
Bro.
Literally. This nigga.
Man, I could
hype this nigga up
all day. Literally.
Like,
literally.
If it was up to me, I would just like pull a seat right here if I really like.
Don't worry, he gonna be on. But let's get back to this porn category real quick.
Nah, it was a robot girl. It was a robot. All right, that's what it was. Robot guy, long ass dick. Plus. No pause. It's true. this nigga. It is animated, so it's like. On top of that, it was like this nigga had like limbs, like mad limbs, just like everywhere and shit. So like this nigga just like literally like completely filled every hole of this female, like nose, ears, eyes, and it was just like, yo,
that's hentai.
It was like hentai, but like 3D though. So it was, yeah,
that's that next level. Hey man, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a Teen Titans porn when I was younger, bro.
My nigga,
that shit right there, nigga, was crack. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro, no funny shit.
Play this game and you
had a Raven on there.
Seconds.
Raven is like my fucking ultimate crush, bro. Like Kim Kardashian. Oh, not Kim Kardashian. What's that bitch's name?
I can't even, bro.
Shigo. Remember Shigo from Kim Possible?
Bro.
They had all that. They had all of it.
Yo.
It is what it is.
I can't believe. It's like they knew what we were thinking when we watched the regular shows.
You were not making this for a grown man, bruh. No, bro, literally, dog. Like, that was 4 kids.
That was 4 kids.
No funny shit.
That show was 4 kids.
No
this shit aired on Disney.
Bro, that shit
made a porn with it.
Right? Like, Teen Titans came out like 5 years earlier. Which adult was watching that shit?
Dude,
it was literally 4 niggas like me and you so we could get older, get on the podcast, and talk about fucking Raven getting fucked. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Like, bro.
Gangster. We gonna talk about it. So, weirdest porn category was hentai, though.
So what?
Weirdest porn category, hentai. Are we agreeing on that?
No, it definitely wasn't hentai.
Oh, the
That was
3D
that
hentai.
was like
What
some
is that category?
3D octopus organism robotic. I don't know, man.
3D octopus organic. I don't know.
That
man.
shit was crazy. I remember, I can't say it. I can't say your name, but I know you put me onto this one time a few years back. It was so fucking disgusting. Like girls fucking monsters, like actual disgusting looking ugly monsters. And I was like, yo,
that sounds crazy.
But then I was like,
I could see. Interesting. I've been there before. It starts off weird always,
bro,
but you just gotta warm
that's
up a little
different
bit.
kind of internet, bro.
Right. Don't
Porn
go
category-
on that side.
Nah, bro.
Stay over there.
Bro, I've been
Know what I mean?
on Best Gore, bro. My childhood. I did it.
What
I
do
did
you
it to
call
myself.
it? Best gore?
Yeah.
You never seen that shit?
What is that?
There's like all those like videos that
Like literally,
still
like
fuck you up
people.
to this day.
It's
What?
like people, the ones where
Yo.
people
Screwdriver video?
screwdriver. Get on the mic. You seen this before?
You haven't
Has
seen?
everybody in here seen this already?
Dude, you haven't seen this video, Rich?
Oh
no,
my
you don't want to
God.
see it. It's like these like Ukrainian kids killing this other kid with a fucking screwdriver.
Whoa.
I haven't seen that, but I saw one with a machete
Dude, I
though.
remember watching that shit on like 4chan when I was like 13.
Dude, it's
Bro.
This is what I'm.
A guy killing
Yeah, yeah,
somebody
yeah,
with a
yeah, yeah.
hammer?
Mm-hmm.
Is this all on the internet?
No,
Yes, bro.
it's so
Bro,
it's so
Is it
effed
still
up, bro.
there right now?
Like-
the Richard Anthony.
Yeah, we gotta
Bloomer
find another site. They took
podcast.
down Best Gore. Damn.
Oh.
Bring back. They're actually selling it for $1 million if anybody wants to buy it.
We need to bring back Craigslist, bro. Because remember when niggas used to dead buy bitches off of Craigslist. Nobody. Yo, shout out Craigslist, man. No funny-
shout out Craigslist.
Shout out Craigslist. Bring it back. I don't know what kind of new shit they got. I know they probably found some new type of way to do it, but back in the day, Craigslist was a spot.
Yo, we need a cleansing right now. Like,
Right, where's some
Yo,
sage in this thing? We have
yo.
some sage somewhere around here. I need to buy some more sage, man. We need to clean it up.
Oh my god, that was it.
I got my
God.
fucking incense right here. What's going on these
He's the
incense,
first person
man?
to like these.
Right, shout out to you, man. This is a real nigga right here.
These be my daily rituals, man.
Bro, for sure.
This is what I do
dude.
before I record. This is what I do
I
before
literally light an incense every fucking day, bro. If I'm not lighting sage, I'm lighting an incense. Something
man.
like I just gotta get my energy right. You know what I mean?
Literally,
Sure.
How are
literally.
you gonna talk about porn for 15 minutes and then?
That's amazing.
And then
Like-
spiritualism.
Like we have to cut these in clips.
right. Oh, you already know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The content about to be crazy.
What? Yo,
Damn.
that's about to be it.
The
Mez,
TikTok content going up.
You might not actually drink on this one now that I think about it, because now that you mentioned you don't watch porn, I don't know what else you would have to hide. But the question was, would you show your search history?
Right now?
Drink. Yeah, right now to me.
Let's do it.
I'm a very talkative guy, so I like to read out loud. I like to read out loud.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll read out loud. Don't worry. You know what I mean?
Recording 3, 2, 1.
It's going.
Bow. All right,
Damn.
let's do it.
Let's
do
see
it.
what's on this
Good
man's
evening.
search history. This is crazy.
So we're gonna go to 2.
We're doing this right now. I thought he was gonna drink on this one.
All right, so this right here, shoes.
That's his private browser.
Yeah, that's that incognito shit. You know.
That's incognito.
Let's
And we have
see.
23 open tabs right here.
Yes. Canon colorful placeless strobe light GIF because I was
Ooh.
tripping balls in the car and I needed some LEDs to get the vibe going.
Hey.
Yeah.
We've all been
Disho
there.
Kid, yo, shout out Disho Kid.
Big
yeah.
shout out. They make it so easy for artists, bro. Really big shout out to District Kid. Before
Who's
that,
there? What's over here?
there was no ways.
YouTube inbox. All right, yeah. Boom.
Oh
Bow.
shit, this shit is on fire.
Oh shit.
Cool.
All right, show your history.
My history?
Yeah, no, we here now with it. I had to screen record.
I watch porn.
Nigga just get.
Wait,
You thought?
wait, where's the guy?
No.
No.
Nah, screen record, nigga. Screen record. Nah. Screen record.
Let me check.
No,
I will
drink.
If I don't want to show it,
If
I'll
he
drink.
checked before he screen
If
record,
I don't-
he gotta drink it.
If I don't show my search history, I drink. Even though this is not the fucking rule, I want everybody to know this is peer pressure right now. He's supposed to ask me the question that's on his phone.
He can do whatever he
Hold on. Let's see. All right, I'm ready. Wait, hold on. I don't delete nothing.
He didn't delete nothing. He didn't delete nothing. I'm watching him. I'm watching him.
All right, ready? I'm a screen record.
No, you're gonna have to.
I'm straight.
It's the
I'm straight. Cause I'm an incognito type of nigga. If you know what it does, just know what it does. I mean, we're screen recording. Blur out the picture of my mom. I love you, mom.
shout out, mom.
Shout out Mama Dukes, man. I love
God.
you. Even though I'm over here talking about all this debauchery.
Yo, this
fucking mess.
Yo.
All right. So on my private tab, or on my regular tab, you know what I mean? I'm a fashion type nigga.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
That's a ring?
That's a ring.
That's a hard ring.
I'm a ring type of guy, bro. I lost this shit. I need to buy another one. $88 I lost, bro. It is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
If
didn't bring out my rings
drip,
today.
you don't have drip. That's how I feel. Like, you know how much pieces I've lost, bro? You know what I mean?
That is real.
No, I don't have
That
nothing
is-
crazy.
that
I'm gonna be
that is
honest.
some
I
real shit.
do think you should still ask that extra question. And then
Over here?
right now in the game.
And then fucking private, I really just have. I'm not gonna lie. Usually it will be some crazy shit in my private.
I'm
But I
already knowing.
cleared up. I'm getting my mental right. I'm not, spanking my shit as much as I used to as I got older. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have fun.
Dude.
It's Saturday morning.
I live with this guy.
Right. I play my porn on the speakers. Loud enough for everybody to hear. But oh wow, I'm searched up Bad Baby. That's an interesting thing that I did. And the only reason I did this is because she said she made $50 million off of OnlyFans.
I did hear that too.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I did hear that
What
too.
is on this girl's OnlyFans that's worth $50 million? Like, you know what I mean? I didn't search up her OnlyFans, but like,
$50 million
how many cents, right? 31 cents or some shit like that.
Calculated.
Oh, I didn't buy her OnlyFans, man. Come on,
So you're telling me, all right, honestly, if I was to break that, if I was to really like debunk that, she either got a really good deal and then started making money off that deal,
or niggas are creeps.
or she's dead ass making like,
Bro, you know how many fucking creepy niggas there
she's
are
making
out
like
there, bro?
what, like $7 million a month?
Bro, listen, bro.
Nah,
Think about it.
I didn't do the math right, but you know what I mean.
I mean, if like Amaranth is
Over $1
making
million a
If
month.
Hannah Montana made an OnlyFans right now, bro, that shit would go crazy because niggas.
That'd be the craziest thing ever.
That's what I'm saying, because niggas are disgusting, so they fucking associate. They're just like can't disassociate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just look. It's weird. I don't even want to get into the psyche of a nigga who's really on that type of shit. Man.
No, yeah.
Shit is fucking
Fuck
disgusting.
their psyche.
Right.
I hope you get well though.
Yeah, right. Fix yourself, nigga. Pray.
Find
Or
God.
some shit. I don't even know. All right. Do you want to fucking ask me your question real quick, and then we can get
Alright,
into your album? I want to really dive deep into that.
What is the craziest way you've been injured?
That's a good question too. So that's a little bit of a fighting story as well as another type of story. So when I was in fucking high school, bro, like everybody used to fight. That was like the thing, Everybody used to fight. Niggas used to just find ways to fucking antagonize people so you could fight niggas, right? So there was this guy named Shazad. Shout out Shazad, bro. Like, I love you. That nigga's a real OG now. Got face tats and all. Like, it's crazy to see niggas from high school and that's where they are now. It's like, wow, you're like a completely different type of nigga, but there. So this nigga was like, the older kids would put us against other people in our class. So he was saying that he could beat me up, and I'm not pussy, so I'm gonna say I could beat you up. You know what I mean? So that was what was going on. But this nigga's like 6'3", fucking like 200 some pounds. For all the audience out there, I'm 5'11", I'm 150 pounds. Don't fight me, I'll shoot you. So, so fucking, this guy is 6'3". We go to the back of the gym. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just take this ass whooping. You know, I'm thinking it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a little bit of an ass whooping, but I'm gonna make it through this shit or whatever, right? Bro, in my mind, I'm calibrating like, what's my strategy? And my strategy was, I'm just gonna hit this nigga as hard as I can on the first try. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna fucking give it my whole. You know what I mean?
You're not going for the kneecaps,
right? You know, I'm not trying to go out here and do with this 6'5" nigga, bro. Like, I'm trying to really take you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna give this nigga everything in the first punch, bro. I swing, dog. I miss, bro, and throw out my whole back, bro. I throw out my whole back. Like, my whole back is completely fucked up.
Wait a minute.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. It was like, if you ever threw out your back, your legs start hurting, bro.
Dude, this really is the rich boomer episode.
Bro, like, your fucking legs start hurting, dude. You cannot really stand up. Like, it was so crazy. And I don't think he got the memo. You know what I mean? So he fucked me up, dude. He fucked me up. Shout out to Zach, man. We was cool after that and all that, you know.
No, that's a story. You gotta be friends. You gotta be cool after that. Like, that's a story.
Like a man, bro. You know what I mean? At the end of
that is real.
When it's all said and done,
my God.
It was all love, you know. Shout out Willie, who fucking convinced this nigga to do that. Fuck Byron, I hate you, I hope you die. And you know,
Byron.
Fuck you, nigga. And then but that was the craziest. I couldn't even explain it to my mom. I was like, why are you walking with a cane? I'm like, I'm just trying to survive, mom. All right, don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean,
but that is wild.
Wild ass crazy story, dude.
That's like whoa.
I have a few things where I'm like, in my life, like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
you threw your own back out.
Threw my own back out, bro. You know,
that's
I've
different.
never walked the same again. I'll be honest. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was that deep,
bro. It was bad, dude.
Oh,
I was walking with a cane, but obviously, but when people see me with a cane, I'm gonna have to play a gangster, like, yo,
type shit,
you know, like,
twist the little cane, like you a cap or some shit.
Right. I'm either a cap or I cap the nigga and he hit me back. You know what I mean? I'm claiming, you know what I mean? Like, yo, got into it with a nigga, but he got his, I got mine. Type. I'm trying to play it cool, but in reality, I got my ass whooped, man. It is what it is. Shout out you, man.
That is a really crazy story.
Thank
actually.
You, man. I appreciate it. I thought about that one.
Like, if y'all ever do this in the future, like whenever we're telling stories, we need like an animator actually picturing out like the visual of everything.
So
like
somebody getting.
Oh, that'd be it.
Of me getting my face.
I just be throwing ideas out. Ideas from me are free. They're infinite ideas.
Speaking
like
of your ideas, your album, dude. Fucking, we heard a little sneak peek of it last week, but crazy. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know that. Fucking insane, dude. Complete different sounds than what you were doing before. Just fucking so much going on each track, I would say.
Yeah.
What's something, I was going to say something, but I don't know if you want people to know about certain things
This will be out after his album's out.
Okay, so after your album's up, but like, what would you say about the process there and how you even started getting down this journey when it comes to this album?
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get in details without getting in details, but it all started from emotionally painful experience 2 years ago. I have songs that I've been working on here. That was on the album that I've been working on for like 4 years, like since I first started producing, and I just like, grew. It just grew like a baby as I got better at producing. But the whole concept of the mystical love continuum is actually one. always knew how to sing, but I was always insecure to sing. So I resorted to rapping and like screaming, you know, because I was just too pussy to, you know, just be me. Two, one of those moments where you get that life lesson of like one of your most intenseful like heartbreaks in a relationship of like a really long time, which kind of definitely inspired the aspect. Bless you. It's definitely inspired the aspect of where I wanted to take this because that's the kind of headspace I was in at the moment. So it was a lot of alone time, a lot of isolation, a lot of facing fear, a lot of psychedelics as well.
Just a lot of. Do you feel like you put? What do you think separates this album from your older projects?
You feel it. That's it. You feel it.
I can say that for sure. That was the first thing that I said is like, bro, this shit off of ecstasy, I'd have to leave the room. How fucking like
No, yeah.
intense it feels like just listening to it.
And like it's already crazy enough because like even when I do like, you know, I let people listen to it, I get in a state that is so vulnerable. Like I'd be like, all right, let's not cry right now, type shit. We don't have to do this. Like we're in a club right now. Like you feel me? Like it's a very vulnerable state whenever the album's played. Obviously, one is because I know why and what it is, and I know what in certain aspects who I'm speaking about, and yeah, it's very personal, but in a way expressed where everyone kind of like relates for those that are like in the same kind of boat that I was in because I'm releasing it now. I'm not in that state now, but that is a body of art that I created when I was in that state. Yeah.
Would you describe that state as like a what would you describe that state as?
I would describe this state as one a state of fear of death, fear of heartbreak, fear of being alone, fear of being left alone. Definitely many aspects, especially you have and there's other aspects of the song where the same song where you have like you know like all these different kinds of fears and like very like hollow sad feelings, but also songs that uplift you, elevate you. How I engineer, I really fuck around with the frequencies. So like when I try to express something, not only you know you feel it, you know listening to it, you know taking it in, but you're also your body, your subconscious is also taking it in as well. It's a psychedelic album, so like I trying to like explain it, it could mean different things to many different people because of how the lyrics are worded. You can't really tell that I'm talking about someone. It just sounds like I'm like speaking to you, and it's just me and you type shit. Like I'm not speaking about someone that isn't here. It's just me and you on the album. That's it.
Are you excited for it, bro? Like this has obviously been a long time coming. You have a lot of amazing works already, you know. But this is like the first album. Trust me, the hype is there, bro. Like people are talking.
I have
about
no
it.
clue.
I know you probably don't have
know.
any clue, but like at least in this household and like within the underground community in general, you know, the places that we be at, it's real. You know, people are looking forward to this thing. You're a fucking staple in this shit at this point, so people are just always excited to hear what's next. Like, are you excited for that first day out, or are you more nervous?
Both. Definitely. No, not. I wouldn't say. All right. Nervous. I kind of like overcame that like a few months ago because I definitely like was gatekeeping that album. I was on the verge of like, no one deserves this. Only I should listen to it. I was like on that level, but like I started. I got through that. I'm actually very excited. I'm actually much more excited than I am. I'm so excited that I am nervous. Like I'm so excited that it's terrifying. That's how excited I am. Is because I know not only that the album's dropping. And not only knowing that it can change a lot of things in the scene, but I'm changing as well a lot is changing. It's not just an album that I'm releasing. It's a world that I'm putting together. It's literally an entire universe and aspect of Mez. And throughout these rollouts, throughout the past 2 years of me wearing black leather, and everyone was like, "Hey, I never seen you wear anything else." I was like, well, that's how you kind of do a sample when you're really working on something passionate. You actually get devoted and actually like. People didn't know it was a fucking rollout. Some niggas thought I was just too broke to like buy other shit. Other people was like, "Oh yeah, this nigga is living in a movie," and I was like, "Yeah." Because I am. So, and now is the time where it's like people are tuning in, and I wouldn't really know if people are tuned in because I'm just so devoted in my persona that I've created and my character that I have birthed from like 2 to 4 years ago. So it's gonna be a lot coming, and the album is just like the beginning. The Mystical Love Continuum is continuing for a very long time, even next year. Like this is like I want to create a very big era, you know,
within music.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do it, and it's not gonna be a forever thing. Obviously, we're like once you see changes, you just know. You know. You definitely know. But I am 100% excited for the album. I'm totally ready for all of my friends, supporters to listen to it. And yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. When is it coming out? And let's get the socials and shit like that, Brody. Give it to this camera right there, Brody.
May 15th, 12 a.m. Also, on May 14th, the release party in Atlanta.
We'll be there.
By the time this is released, it's already finished. It's already done, and we're working on something completely bigger.
Might see it in the vlog.
Socials, everything. Where is Mez? Some accounts are where is S is $, IG, Twitter. Where is Mez regularly? Yeah. This sounds like the end.
Low key is Quality Medicine Podcast, boom. Baby.
Stay tuned.
Fucking stay tuned.
For watching.
We're going crazy.
The greatest podcast from the greatest podcast.
Oh man, this guy got my heart. He's coming back.
That's my favorite quote, and I'm only doing it with this one.
Hey, bro. Thank you so much, Brody. Give a hand clap to fucking